Here's something for you to think about the next time you think about refinishing your hardwood floors in an antique house. We're seeing that these old houses get the floors sanded out so often that they start to break up. This especially shows up on the attic floors where they're fir or yellow pine, a little softer wood. So what happens is, since the house is 100 years old or 90 years old, these floors have been sanded out so many times over the year that the top of the groove, in other words, you got a tongue and groove floor, the top of the groove gets sanded away so much that traffic and just people walking around on it start to break the wood, start to break the top of the groove, the top piece. And so then you get a floor that starts splintering up and having bad spots in it. And at that point, the only thing to do is replace it, which is a pretty expensive and extensive process. A lot of people just carpet over them at this point, or maybe they put down a floating floor or something. But this week I'm working on a house where a customer loves her old floors. They bought this house, and the house was full of like a commercial office type of carpet. Real tough and short, not very luxurious. And this was the last room left that still had this old carpet in it. And traditionally, what this family has done in this house has always been to pull up the carpet, clean the floors real nice, stain any spots that are really bare from just friction from the carpet pad and that kind of thing, and then coat it. Coat it with clear coat and let the old floor show through. And that's my favorite way to do it too. It's a basic act of preservation. And instead of coming in here and grinding the floor out or sanding it out and just, wearing the whole thing to smithereens, just come in and preserve the floors. And so when you walk in this house, you can look around and you can see where there's a stain from something that happened over there, or there's maybe a bleached out part where something got sanded out real hard because it was glue inside the front door. You can see patterns. If you look hard and pay attention, you can see them. But if you come in this house and walk around and sit down on the sofa and have a conversation or come to a party here, you don't notice the floor. The floors look old. They don't look like they've got dark spots or imperfections or worn areas or anything like that. They just look like old floors. And if you go to lodges out west or mountain houses or historic places and that kind of thing, they don't sand these floors out and try to make them perfect. They're refinished. They might sand them lightly to get a couple, 10 or 12 coats of finish lightened up a little bit. And you always have to clean up the wax, strip the floor if necessary. This floors didn't even have any wax on them. They were perfectly clean. So you got to clean them up and give them a light sand so the clear coat sticks. And maybe you want to touch up some of the stuff with stain, but keep them old, keep them cool, keep them looking like the antique houses they are. And so I've had a real good time this week. I pulled out the carpet, I cleaned up the floors real good, I stained the places to blend them a little bit so that the bright spots didn't show up as much as the others. We had a piece of old linoleum inside the front door, so I had to scrape and gouge and sand and curse and use idle threats to get all that old adhesive up. And I stained that spot and make it look real nice. And me and the homeowner can see that. We can tell where I worked on that floor and got that adhesive off of there. Even with the stain, it still shows a little bit because it's hard to get a perfect match. But the floors look great. They've got great coating on them, and they're going to last a long time. Keep your old floors. Protect them with a clear finish, but don't worry about sanding them out and making them perfect. Just enjoy them for what they are. Beautiful old patina floors. Have a good day.